One of the biggest questions people often ask before moving to Nunavut is, are there really jobs up there? And the answer is absolutely. Now, here is what surprises many people. Most people think in Nunavut, everyone works for the government, but that's not true at all. In Nunavut, there are a lot of private and public-owned companies, organizations, community services, and all of these work hand in glove to keep life healthy and working in its various communities. Today, we are talking about some of the biggest employers in Nunavut and the various job sectors that exist in this territory. Whether you're looking for your first northern job or just a change in career, this episode is for you. Hello guys, welcome back to Grace and Grit with Queen, where we grow, we learn, and we share real life experiences people don't always prepare you for. This is the part 1 of our employment series, where we'll be exploring the different job sectors that are available in Nunavut. These opportunities are actually massive, so stick with me till the end. Now, let's start with some of the opportunities that keeps life in the community running. Some of the opportunities that makes life healthy and makes life affordable for most people in the community. Retail and supermarket. Yes, guys, retail and supermarket is vast in Nunavut. Stores like Northmart, Arctic Ventures or the Arctic Cooperative, Baffin Cannas play a huge role in northern communities. These organizations turn to employ a lot of people on an ongoing basis. So, what are the kind of opportunities you would find in retail and supermarkets? You would find people like cashiers, security staffs, supervisors, department managers, warehouse staff, administrative staff. For most people, retail becomes a starting point to the northern workforce. These opportunities can actually lead to managerial positions in future. If you know what I mean, sometimes when we go for interviews in Nunavut, you would have to have been acquainted with your clientele or have had a certain level of experience to obtain certain positions. If you're the kind of person who has interest in the above listed, I wish you luck on that. Coming on to the next, let's talk about hospitality. Now, a lot of people are ignorant of the fact that Nunavut equally hosts tourists from across the globe because of their so beautiful and ever mentioned northern lights. And this gives a chance for employers to host and have a lot of opportunities to those in the hospitality industry. Many people don't realize that Nunavut welcomes visitors from all over the world, whether they are government employees, contractors, tourists, researchers, business travelers. Because of these above listed needs, there are people who need to provide opportunities and services to them. So in this hospitality industry, there are a lot of jobs you can find. We can start with hotel attendants or the so-called room attendants, security staff, front desk attendants, cooks, chefs, maintenance workers, housekeepers, bartenders, restaurant staff, and so much more. If you're the kind of person who enjoys working with people, the hospitality industry will be something that can keep your day-to-day life running on a busy surface. Now, for those of you that are interested in this kind of job, it is important that you should know that hotels run 24/7. So for some people who want to get this job and they are like, oh, I don't think they're going to hire me or anything, remember that sometimes even the little experience you have, you will be trained properly in the sector in which you'll be hired in. So do not limit yourselves because there are always shifts available 24/7. And there's always a vacancy to be filled as hotels are constantly hiring. A special tip for those that are interested in the hospitality sector. Most hotels in Iqaluit offer accommodation for their full-time staffs and sometimes for their part-time staffs as well, but I'm not well informed about that. So if you're thinking about moving to Nunavut and you love working in the hospitality industry, do not hesitate to drop your CV in any of the big hotels we have. I think we have 4 major big hotels. I hope this tip saves somebody time and resources. Now, let's talk about something really important. Community support services, guys. Across Nunavut, shelters, group homes, and food banks provide support to youth, families, and vulnerable individuals. It is worthy to note that these organizations are always hiring people. Crisis intervention workers for those that work in shelters, youth workers, support workers, program coordinators, counselors, relief staff, cooks, security staffs, and much more. And to be honest, this is one of the most appreciative ways in which we can give back to our communities. As we already know, Nunavut has 25 communities, and I'll be using the example of Iqaluit. Iqaluit has different shelters that offers a variety of services to those in the community. And if you're the kind of person who loves giving back to your community, I think one of the ways in which you can do this is working in one of these places. And they function 24/7 on a rotational basis. This means that there is always an availability or a room for work. So if you are moving from down south to Nunavut and you're like, oh, I'm thinking, but can I really find a job in my sector, or I want to switch my job and I don't know what to do? Find yourself in any of these places and drop your CVs. Show interest to work. Always show up to work, guys. I believe that if we have that passion, the right type of passion, then no matter the kind of job you're looking for, with every form of accuracy, organizational skills that you've built over time can actually help you get you that job that you've been looking for. If you're the kind of person that already has experience in any of these community support services, then your hiring, we could say, has just been made easy. Good luck as you keep on searching. Another major source of employment comes from non-profit organizations and Inuit-owned organizations. These organizations support youth development, language preservation, community wellness, training programs, cultural initiatives. And the kind of jobs we can find in these sectors have community outreach workers, program coordinators, administrative staff, project officers, cultural advisors. If you're the kind of person who is passionate about community development, then this sector offers a variety of jobs in which you can look into and find yourself the kind of job that fits the profile you want to build for your career. I'd love to say that just browse through the internet. A little research does not hurt a fly, would it? Browse through the internet and check out the different non-profit organizations that already exist in the territory and drop your CVs. And who knows, before coming, you would have landed yourself your dream job. Good luck with that. Guys, here is a sector a lot of people overlook. Transportation. Now, be it airline transportation or road transportation, this sector covers a vast majority of employment for most people in Nunavut. Let's say those that are entrepreneurs and they are interested in opening their own local form of transportation can do this. And those that are interested to keep working under an organization or a company, there are a lot of opportunities that are available here. The major airline in Nunavut is Canadian North. For road transportation, we have Caribou Cabs and a few other taxi companies. Guys, since Nunavut is not accessible to other territories in Canada by route, airline transportation is the major way in which to get here. And you know what I'm talking about. This gives them a major lead in the employment industry. Every passenger, every baggage, every shipment depends on transportation services. This sector employs customer service agents, cargo handlers and airport staffs, logistic coordinators, pilots, aircraft maintenance personnel, security agents, cleaners, and a lot more. Without transportation, many northern communities cannot function. A fact about this sector is, even though the salaries might not be mouth-watering, but some of the advantages of working there is massive. I mean, it is crazy, because imagine you're working for the cargo department and then you have some advantages in shipping your food to Nunavut. Wouldn't you like that? Guys, that was a tip right there, right? But then only the wise would understand what I mean. So, if you're the kind of person that is actually interested in working for the airline, then you would find your compte, comme on dit en français. Tu vas vraiment trouver ton compte. I hope this would help somebody out there. Let's talk about another sector that plays a huge role in the development of Nunavut: construction. You heard me, guys. Construction. That is another massive employer. As communities continue to grow, homes, schools, health centers, office buildings, infrastructure projects are constantly being built and maintained. This creates opportunities for a wide range of skilled professionals. Some of these opportunities include and are not limited to carpenters, electricians, plumbers, welders, heavy equipment operators, laborers, project coordinators, site supervisors, project managers, engineers. Construction is not only about building structures, it is equally about building communities, and in Nunavut, that is well appreciated. Now, for anybody thinking I might have heard what interests me in the above listed jobs and more, which you can find more opportunities online or in any company or organization that deals with that here, you'll be lucky to find yourself a good paying job in this sector. One of the biggest infrastructure companies in Nunavut is the Northview. This company hires a lot of people from the South, experienced workers. So if you're the kind of person who thinks, no, I might not find what I need, be it in construction, there are equally private companies here that are running government projects, and you would always find yourself that well-paying job. And a tip here that you should note is most infrastructure companies often provide lodging or provide accommodation to whosoever they are hiring. So if you've watched the previous videos I made, then you know accommodation in Nunavut is not a joke at all. If you find that job that provides accommodation, then you well know to take your work seriously. Good luck with your search. And finally, let's talk about one of the largest private sectors in Nunavut that offers employment massively: mining. Does that ring a bell? Mining operations create employment opportunities both directly and indirectly. Positions can include and are not limited to heavy equipment operators, mechanics, electricians, welders, environmental technicians, engineers, CAM support staff. Now, this is a sector that operates on a rotational schedule and can offer competitive salaries. So if you're well-to-do in the mining sector, or you're starting off your career in mining, or you're interested in this sector, why don't you do some good research about those mining companies in Nunavut? And then why don't you book your flight already and come and explore the place for yourself? For anyone that is seeking forward to finding a good career path in this, all I can do is to wish you well in that area of your life. So you see, there are a lot of employment opportunities in Nunavut beyond what people usually imagine it to be. From retail, hospitality, construction, transportation, there are a lot of sectors that are constantly hiring in Nunavut. But we are not finished yet. On the part 2 of this series, we'll be looking at the largest employer, which is the government of Nunavut. Its different sectors like Cooklick Energy, the Arctic College, and a lot more, the different departments that exist within the government of Nunavut. Believe me, the opportunities they offer are massive, sometimes competitive, but above it all, it is worth it. If you enjoyed this video, do not hesitate to like, subscribe, and share to anybody that is thinking about moving to Nunavut. Tell me in the comment sections, which of the sector would you be most interested in working in? Until then, stay grounded, stay growing. This was Grace and Greet with Queen, and I will see you again on our next video. Bye.